Hello everyone, this is Rockshire Gaming. My name is Eric. Today we are going to be doing an unboxing video of whatever's in this box right here. As you can probably tell from the thumbnail, this is not a surprise. This is not a mail call video because there's only one box here. But today we are unboxing some new product from Renegade Studios for their Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid game, this newest pre-order stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at what is in here. And yes, we'll be opening up these boxes as well. Let's go ahead. There's two different things in there. That's actually some nice packaging right there. Put it all in bubble wrap. I don't think I've ordered a few things from Renegade, and they've never actually they've never actually wrapped them like this before. But anyway, aha! All right, they wrapped that up pretty nice. So we have got the Ranger Allies 3-pack right there, and then we've got the Shadow of Venjix theme set right here. There's a few other things in the box that this came with. All right, there's some more whoop right there. And then we've got our Scenario Book 2 and our new Zord pack. So there is everything right there in a shot. That is coming with this new pre-order. Now, this wasn't a Kickstarter or anything like that. Renegade hasn't done really any, except for G.I. Joe a while back. I don't think they've done any real Power Ranger Kickstarters. Everything, for the most part, has just been like, basically, I'm assuming right after this is getting to most people who pre-ordered it, they're going to do another pre-order. So, but anyway, so we got Shadow of Venjix theme pack right here, the Ranger Allies pack. These were the two main boxes that were up for pre-order, and if you pre-order them, you got Scenario Book 2 and the cards, I'm assuming, for the Super Zeo Zords. That gives you a little bit more variety with that. So, and let's go ahead and take a look at this expansion right here. I know we got a few other things on the table here, but you know what? This is going to be a messy unboxing right here. So we've got Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid Shadows of Venjix theme pack. We've got Tanaya 7 right here. Probably mispronounced that. We've got Steel right there from Beast Morphers. We've got, I'm assuming, Final. I don't remember which one is Final and Perfect Vengeance and Evox right here. And we've got Nate Silva. I stopped, for the most part, watching Power Rangers. Started in 93 when it came out, 10 years old. And I stopped watching it fully before the RPM season. I think it was sometime during Mystic Force in that era that I stopped watching the show. Never really put back and picked up the final Disney Disney seasons before they left Netflix. And I know they're on YouTube right now. You can pretty much watch the entire series on YouTube, but I haven't gone back and watched it. Beast Morphers, I've only watched a little bit of that. My kids watch it. They watch it all the time. I'm pretty sure they've gone through the whole thing. I've seen various episodes of it, so I am familiar with the characters. I know, spoiler, about the whole Venjix from RPM kind of moving over to Beast Morphers and being the Evox virus in that one. So there is that. So let's go ahead and look at the back and what we get here. Shadows of Venjix theme pack, which if I remember correctly, this is the first theme pack. Before this, we've had we've had the Ranger packs, as you see over here, and then they have the villain packs that kind of had a theme. This is the first specific theme pack going along with that. So we've got Vengeance is here, the sentient virus and his lieutenant Tanaya 7 laid waste to Corinth before eventual defeat, or so we thought. For a time he lay dormant before rising once more as Evox, a powerful avatar entity who threatened the world of the Beast Morphers Rangers, including newcomers Nate Silva and Steel. This comes with 2 Ranger figures, 2 character cards, 20 combat cards, and 3 Zords for those characters, and Megazord character, 1 monster character, 1 boss figure, 24 enemy cards, 3 deployment cards, and 1 rule sheet. So there is that right there. Let's go ahead and get this one open up here and take a look at it. So again, like I said, I enjoy this game a lot. This is probably one of those packs that I am not very similar to the Light and Darkness pack. Again, I get these things for the gameplay more so. As far as my connection to these characters, as well as, like I said, that big expansion before, didn't really watch these seasons. So as far as my connection to them, not so much, but my kids like them, so there's that. So we're going to have right here the Shadow of Venjix theme pack, the introduction there. We're not going to read through all that. It goes over the components, Ranger figure, cards, everything we just said right there. So there's a little leaflet that comes with it there, and how to integrate expansion content, the back of it, and this is just a two-sided. It says card removal effects. So Tenaya 7, again, I know I'm mispronouncing that name, I'm sorry, and Final Vengeance have a variety of effects that target specific combat cards and remove them from the game. Then, when a card is removed from the game, return it to the game box. Removed cards can no longer be used or recovered by the Rangers. These card removal effects slowly reduce Ranger decks from their usual starting size of 10, and they can even result in a Ranger deck being reduced to 0 cards. So there's that. There's Lethal Arsenal. Nate's Legendary Arsenal Maneuver allows him to play a combat card from the game box before removing it. Again, this effect can only be used on cards with an energy cost of 3 or X. Power Sword or Blade Master. The card played with this effect can be any combat card from your collection before the game begins. Handpick few cards you might wish to play with this effect and set them aside. This is especially helpful if the player controlling Nate Silva is unfamiliar with your collection. There you go. And then finally, Reality Trespass. Perfect Evox's Reality Trespass has an effect that, if not defeated, allows him to move clockwise to another location at the end of the battle. The location he moves to cannot be at its figure limit, but it can be panicked already. When Perfect Evox moves, if he was the only enemy figure at his previous location, it is no longer panicked. So there's that little clarification on the abilities of some of the cards in there. And I'm sure this is taped. It is taped. Let's go ahead and untape it. Right there. So we'll go ahead and open up the main cards. So we got our main cards right here. I don't think I need the knife for that. Now, I'm trying to think if I've actually ever posted. You know, I think this is actually the first unboxing for these I've ever posted. I think I've filmed other ones, and I never actually put them out. I didn't like the way that they were presented or anything like that. So we've got the 10 cards for Nate, and we've got the 10 cards for Steel right here. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. We'll just go with this one right here. Actually, let's go find his main card. Legendary Arsenal. So let's go look at that card right there. It's an example of what the cards kind of look like in game for him. Legendary Arsenal right there. And does he have his weapon? Yep, Striker, Saber, Gold. Right there is that card. Now, it might just be the way I'm looking at it on my monitor. It does look a little dark in here, but that is a gold color, not a brown color. So we'll go with this Steel right here. I was going to say Blaze. It's not right. That's the other guy. He's also got his Striker, Saber, Silver right there. And does he have anything else big? What's his big card? Striker Beast Slash is his big card right there. So it's an example of the player cards in this expansion. And we got the cards for Tenaya 7. I'm sorry. We got the cards for Final Vengeance. And Perfect Evox. Let's see. Okay, that's the one that is Perfect Evox right there. And then these are the cards for Final Vengeance. And we'll get into that here in a little bit. So these are two, let's see, the boss cards, right? Yeah, these are the boss cards. Yep, that's a two. I think this said, there's a typo somewhere. One Megazord card, two. It does say two boss figures. I don't know why I didn't see that. But there is Perfect Evox. Then we've got their deployment cards all right there. And that is going to be that. So there's those cards. Let's go take a look at the Zords. So, oh, these actually open like this. And so we've got the Wrecker Zord and the Jet Zord. Wrecker Zord exhausts this card at any time. Up to 3 different Rangers may each reveal 1 card from their hand. If there is at least 1 copy of that card in the discard pile, they may place that copy on the top of their deck. So there is that card right there. The artwork on this actually looks really nice. There were some Heroes of the Grid cards that I will say for a little while were, I didn't feel like were the best artwork. Beast X King Ultra Zord right here. That is going to be that's pretty nice artwork on that. Exhaust this card after any ranger resolves a card with an enemy cost of X, with an energy cost of X. Return all energy spent to play that card to the shared energy pool. So that's pretty cool there. So there's those, and then we've got the actual ranger cards right here. Hold those up. That is what our ranger cards look like for these characters. And I do believe, as far as the team goes, with the Rangers United box right there, between the Evox enemies and this one, Blaze and Roxy in that box. I believe they have the minions in there, and then the 3 original Beast Morphers. I think Beast Morphers pretty much is over. I don't think they had any other auxiliary Zords or anything like that. At least none that I can think of, major ones. They probably did. But yeah, for the most part, this season is over. So we'll take a look. Let's lift all this up right now so you guys can kind of see it. Not hit microphone there. But these are going to be your figures for this one. I haven't taken a look at it, but they do have some nice detailing. I especially like on this one, you can almost tell that it's not like that tight. Oh, you're not gonna. Yeah, you can almost tell it doesn't have like tight spandex. They actually have like wrinkles in Nate's costume right here, kind of showing the difference between the way the Beast Morpher costumes looked. So that is pretty cool. We'll take a look at Steel next. Right there. And then, oh, I don't know which one I like more. Final Venjix. Right here. Let's get down there. Looking pretty nice there. They've actually, some of the monsters, I will say, in this game, they have improved greatly the sculpts. And kind of making everything a little bit more uniform as far as size, at least in this pack they have. So this is going to be Evox and Tanaya. I should actually go back and watch RPM. There's that one right there. And then finally, this one right here. All right, you unfaded. All right, or whatever. Anyway, so that is going to be the Shadow of Venjix theme pack. Again, I feel like this one more so. Again, I don't remember the reason for doing that, but usually these packs that are this size either had villains or had heroes, either allies or legendary rangers and stuff like that. So this one, you can definitely tell the thought was, let's go ahead and have a mixed pack. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think they've ever had a they've done a pack before where it was a mixture that wasn't an expansion. All the other packs, like I said, have been either good guys or bad guys. This theme pack, I'm assuming because of the fact that it is crossing over, bringing over the RPM villain into Beast Morphers and whatnot. It's allowing it, it's just the theme of it. So you have the villains coming over, the Rangers fighting them. So that's pretty cool. It'd be interesting to see them do more stuff like this in the future. See how they do that. I am of the mind that I really wish that the expansions and everything would just, and we'll get to it here, would just have one overall theme to a point. But we'll get into that in a minute. Let me go ahead and get this one closed up so we can look at the next one. That, and then we'll move that there. And then next we have Ranger Allies Pack 3. This one is interesting to me, and it's slightly bothers me, quote unquote, is that we have from here over on the box, we've got characters who were kind of like auxiliary, or not auxiliary characters. They were not part of the main group. As we can see here, it says there is still one place where we can be safe, Dr. K, which is right here. So she's kind of like a new alpha character in that, like Alpha 5, not 5 new playable characters enter battle as Udana from Mystic Force, Delphine, leader of the Alien Rangers of Aquitar, Kendall Morgan, the Dino Charge Purple Ranger, and Corone, the Galaxy Pink Ranger. At their head is Dr. K, the lead scientist of the doomed city of Corinth. Save the Morphing Grid. This kind of ties in with the other pack because you got Dr. K in here, who is closely tied. I don't know, spoilers not. Closely tied to Venjix and Evox with being in the same season and whatnot. We don't have. Do we have RPM? No, we don't have. We don't have RPM in the game yet. But my one thing about this game that is always odd to me is the White Mystic Force Ranger. I get that. You want to have a separate thing because they'll probably come out with a pack that'll be the 5 Mystic Force Rangers. We have Kindle over here. When they do finally get to Dino Charge, they like to put like the 6th Rangers, the extra Rangers, in separate sets. Dr. K, same thing. Corone, you can get away with because they can still do Lost Galaxy without her because they'll just use Kendrix in that case. Delphine was the weird one because I don't know how they're going to do the Alien Rangers, how they're separating those out and why they're separating them out, why they separate. That was an odd choice to me. I will say that. Everything probably plays fantastically, but I don't understand why they... Kind of the same thing with the Shattered Grid when they put Jen in there. I understand why they put Jen in there away from the Time Force Rangers. I don't understand why they did it. I get why they did it. I don't know why they did it. So, I forgot to do this earlier. There's that. So, Ranger Allies Pack 3. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that. Here is some obligatory advertisements right here for that one. And this is going to be more of the introduction components of the game. The 5 character cards, 50 combat cards, 5 Zord cards, 2 Megazords cards. So we're getting new ones of those. We'll take a look at those in a minute. How to integrate expansion content, and then going over dice-related effects, going over Dino Morpher Blast, Know Your Enemy, kind of explaining different cards in the game that needed a little bit more explanation, and then mission control, different abilities for the characters. I'm not going to go through and read through that. If you have it, you can go through it yourself. So let's go ahead and get this plastic tray open. Go ahead and cut it open over here. And take a look at this. So got our Rangers all right here. A lot of white plastic on here. Well, I'll go over that in a little bit. I'm not sure why Dr. K is in a white plastic, because I think I'll have to double check the rules, but I think she's another. Let's actually go look at the rules real quick. Yeah, right here. So she's in the command center, same as Alpha would be. I don't know why they've got her in white plastic. I'm pretty sure Alpha is in gray plastic, the same with all the minions. So might be a way to differentiate her from Alpha, or differentiate her from minions in the zone when you inevitably get rushed during the Zord the assault mode. But there's that. So we'll take all this out right here. So the first thing you see in here is Dr. K's cards. So again, she plays remotely. She is going to be in the command center, or wherever your center tile is when you're playing. It's not spandex right there. So there's that card right here. Get in gear. Synchronized attack. She doesn't have. Where's her cards in? Right here. She doesn't have like a big card. At least nothing, because she's more reactions, maneuvers, reaction, maneuver. So again, she doesn't have any attacking cards because she doesn't attack. She doesn't never leaves the command center. Play this card when any ranger plays a card with an energy cost of X. Resolve that card as though they spent 5 energy to play it. So that's a pretty good support card right there. 1 shield on that one. So there is all Dr. K's cards, or example of Dr. K's cards. Then we've got Udana here, White Mystic Ranger. I really don't know why they put all the White Rangers next to each other to make it difficult. Let's see, Cold Spell, Discipline, Flash Freeze, Mystic Frost, Snow Staff. There is her main weapon card. Attack of 4 dice. After you resolve this attack, choose up to 2 cards from another ranger's discard pile and place them on top of their deck in any order. So that's a pretty good support card right there. That's our 3 shield card. So there's that. Winter's Guile. So those are the cards for, I was going to say Mystic Mother. I know that's not Mystic Mother. White Mystic Ranger. And then we've got Delphine's deck right here. Aquitian Saber. So I'm wondering if all 5 of them are going to have the same. This is an attack of 6. Yes, they do have 6 dice. Gain 1 energy for each miss result rolled during this attack. So their sabers are going to be pretty interesting, especially if because on the show they never introduced the Aquitian Ranger's weapons. I don't think the weapons from Kaku Ranger. So that'll be interesting to see. Yeah, no, they did not put those weapons in the game, in this game at least. So Aquitian Laser they put in there. I don't remember them using a gun, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, there is those cards right here. Then we're going to get to Kendall's deck. Dino Morpher Blast. It's going to be her 3 shield ability right there. So she's going to have that. Dino Saber, Perfect Planning, Rapid Blast, Reversal of Fortune, and Rising Slash. So she's going to have pretty interesting Rising Slash. Dice roll +1 hit. After you resolve this attack, you and another ranger may each draw 1 card. So that's pretty good right there. So lots of cool abilities on the main deck of cards. And then finally, we are going to get to not Astronema, but Corone, although Dark Insight makes it look like she's going to have a dual personality in there. As the long one, it says reaction, play this card when any ranger performs an attack. They may ignore the guard keyword when choosing a target for that attack. If the target has the guard keyword, gain 1 energy. So that's going to be a pretty good attack right there. She's going to have her Quasar Saber, which we don't... It's hard to remember what we do and don't have in this game. We do not have any Lost Galaxy Rangers, so Quasar Saber is going to be a 2 dice attack. Add 1 die to this attack for each enemy figure in this location. So if this location is panicked, she's going to be throwing a lot of dice with her Quasar Saber. So hence the 3 energy cost. You're definitely going to be using this with as a last resort, and then the Transdagger Pink right there. So those are the 5 characters decks, and then we will look at the Zord cards and the character cards. So we got Dr. K, Genius Scientist, with her mission control. While the figure is in the command center, you may participate in battles taking place in other locations. If you do, you are not considered to be in the battle for the purposes of enemy card effects. So there is that. Udana, Reserve Strength. Once per battle during any ranger attack, you may convert 1 punch or 2 punch result to a negative result. If you do gain 2 energy, and I know there's some stuff in there for that. Delphine has her Honor of Aquitar. Kendall, Dig Deeper, which allows her search rangers to search deck. Corone, know your enemy once per battle during any range attack. If an effect allows the guard keyword to be ignored, you may gain 1 energy or deal 1 hit to an enemy card of your choice. So there is going to be the ranger cards. Got the Project Go Onger right there, which is the roving base or some sort of the RPM Rangers right there. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. White Titan form for the White Mystic Ranger. So there's that card right there. And then Delphine gets the white Battle Borg because we already have the Shogun Zords in another pack. I believe the Shogun Zords. I'm trying to think. Original game has the Dino Zords. Talking about Mighty Morphin Seasons 1 through 3. Has the Dino Zords. The not Once a Ranger. The Forever Rangers, where they introduced Rocky, Adam, and Aisha in the game, not in the Kickstarter. That had the Thunder Zords. And then there were 2 packs that came with other pre-orders that were the Ninja Zords and the Shogun Zords. So there is that. So you got the White Battleborg to use if you want to stick more with how that season went, or if you want to go with Kaku Ranger, you can use Delphine with the Crane Zord or the White Shogun Zord. I'm not even gonna try. That's the Policio Zord for Dino Charge right there. And then Wildcat Galactabeast. So this is interesting because I'm pretty sure that should also be Kendrix's Zord. So that means Kendrix, when they do introduce her, is not going to have her Zord with her. They'll probably, it just says Pink Galaxy Ranger. So either her or Corona will be able to use this. And they'll I would say, I'm trying to think from that season what they would put in instead. I know there was the other Megazords that were in that season. The one that was a bird, the one that was a tank, like a bunch of tanks that formed together. I cannot remember what they were called. And then there was a Carrier Zord for all that. But anyway, the Cilio Charge Megazord for the Dino Charge Rangers right there. And then finally, we've got the Orion Galaxy Megazord. So this is the version of the Megazord, I believe, from Lost Galaxy, where they were powered by the lights of Orion. So it means, again, if we get a Galaxy or Lost Galaxy pack, that they should come with the regular Lost Galaxy Megazord. So we'll see how that goes. But that is everything in Ranger Ally Pack 3. So as I attempt to put these cards back in the box. Let's see. Okay, that one, that one, that one. So, as I go ahead and put the box in, we'll go ahead and take a look at the bonus stuff that came with this pre-order. Now, like I said, if you ordered just one of these 2 items, instead of pre-ordering the whole thing, then you either got that box or that box. If you pre-ordered all of it on Renegade's website, both items here, you got these two items right here. So these are the Super Zeo Zords. So if you have the Zeo pack or any of the Zeo stuff from before, you now have new cards to play with your Zeo Rangers. So we've got Zeo Zord 1 pink, Super Zeo Zord 1 for pink. We have Super Zeo Zord 2, Super Zeo Zord 3, Super Zeo Zord 4, and Super Zeo Zord 5. We also have the Warrior Wheel here, the Super Zeo Megazord, and to go with your other stuff, we have the Zeo Mega Battle Zord, which was the combination of the Zeo Megazord with the Red Battle Zord, which came with something. That's the slight problem with this game in particular. I will say this: I love the game and all that, but the some things are just a little too spread out for me, not quite gelled all the way. Um, uh, some things that I feel like should be, and I understand why, because kind of gets you to get multiple packs and multiple things on stuff. But I just kind of wish that some things were kind of a little bit gelled, not necessarily exclusives in some way. These, I'm pretty sure you can purchase. I'd have to go back and look because I know they were given free for people who pre-order the game. I think you can buy them. I have to look later. But let's take a look at the Zords. Anyway, let's not do that. let's get my thoughts straight. But yeah, there's some Zords, like I know the Red Battle Zord was a exclusive. That if you bought some stuff, you got him, and I don't think they were selling it afterward. Same thing. I think Titanus came with the scenario book 1. I don't know if there's any cards in this one now that I'm thinking about it, unless these are the cards that came with it. And that's what they're saying. Saying Super Zeo Zord 1 exhausts this card at any time. Each ranger may look at the top card of their deck and may swap it with a card from their hand. So there's that one. I do say I like this Zord art. I do wonder if it's the same artist that did the over here, the silver and gold Beast Morpher Rangers. I just like it. I like the more detailed artwork on the Zords. Some of the artwork I feel like looks more like 80s Transformers. But like this Super Zeo Zord number 3 is probably one of my favorite artwork pieces of these various Zord cards here. His ability exhausts this card during a battle. Attach 2 energy tokens to an enemy card that has not yet been defeated. So there is that right there. And then the Warrior Wheel. I don't know why he was always one of my favorites on the show, but he can be used by any ranger. Exhaust this card, any Zeo Ranger. Exhaust this card at the start of any ranger turn in battle. Skip that turn the next time any ranger performs an attack with an energy card cost of 1 or 0 during this battle. Add 5 dice to that attack. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, so that's that right there. I do like the Super Zeo Megazord artwork right there. We'll take a look at that. And then the Zeo Mega Battle Zord. So these are all very, very, very nice. I like having completed completed Zords. I think it's what Uruk the Conqueror is the only other thing from Zeo as far as their Zord arsenal that we're missing. And again, I don't know. He was not like on the ground fighting. At least in Zeo, he was. I don't know how he was an O-Ranger, but in Zeo, he was only ever young Lockheed, and he turned a big giant. So anyway, so the last thing we're going to take a look at is this right here, scenario book number 2. So Renegade does put out, I believe, once a month or so for the last at least 2 years, possibly going into 3. They put out new scenarios on their website, and then every so often, 2 times at least, they have done a scenario book with some pretty cool artwork in it of alternate scenarios you can play. So you're not just playing the game the normal way you play it, they give you these scenarios. As you see from the table of contents, I don't know if you can see it from there, that it's scenario 13 through 24. That is because scenarios 1 through 12 are in the first scenario book. So they just keep on going with that. We'll take a look at one of them. So as you can see, the way it is set up here, it lets you know what characters you're going to need. So as for this first scenario here, they have its attack on Cyclopsis. So you do need Power Rangers Heroes the Grid, the main game, plus the Cyclopsis Deluxe figure, and it goes over the setup, goes over the deployment. When preparing the deployment deck, remove a single 2-figure deployment card from each location. Set of foot soldier deployment cards. You should have 16 remaining foot soldier deployment cards. Then proceed as follows, and goes through steps 11 through 16. I don't know if that's a typo or not. And then how to play it, all the different scenarios in there, and then the game end, whether or not the Rangers lose or win, and how you basically end the scenario, and like the story goes over the story of the scenario and everything here. Scenario 14, the green candle. You need Heroes of the Grid plus the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger, which is either going to be in the Kickstarter box or in the legendary Tommy Oliver pack. There's that. Zed's Monster Mash. You do need the expansion for that because Zed is in there. Finster's Fusions. Again, you need the Kickstarter expansion. Wrecking Crew. Only need the main box for that. Scenario 18, the Sword of Light, which again, main game only. Then scenario 19, Power Hungry. You need Villain Pack 3 for that one. Solo mode, main game. Scenario 24, Monster Rush. Requires regular game plus 4 additional monsters, 4 additional Zords, and 1 additional Megazord from wherever you need to get it from. Edge of Darkness, Ranger Allies Pack 1 is needed, plus 3 pennies or other tokens. These will be referred to as Phantom Grenade tokens. There you go. Man, that's a long one. It says something about needing Phantom Ranger. Oh, from Ranger Allies Pack 1. Scenario 23, Day of the Dino Zord. So you need the main game, Dino Thunder Pack, and then optional Legendary Rangers Tommy Oliver Pack, probably for Green and Black Dino Thunder Rangers. Green main Ranger. And then Grid Scramble, you just need main game to play for that. So there is your scenario book 2 of what is in there. No cards extra that came with it, but I think because of the fact that we got the Super Zero Zord cards, that they didn't feel they needed to put anything in there. There wasn't any additional Mighty Morphin cards they need to put in there. It'd been cool if they would have thrown Thor the Carrier Zord from Mighty Morphin Season 2 in there, because I think that's the only Season 2 Zord we don't have yet. But this is, I'm going to move this over here and put this all right here. Maybe. Cool. Put these over here now next to me as I do my outro. But that is everything right there from this newest shipment, this newest pre-order from Renegade Games for Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid. I can't wait to play any of these things and see how these different characters work out. Hopefully we'll be doing this on the channel soon. Got a lot of different gameplay stuff we want to do on the channel outside of Power Ranger stuff. But if you want to see more Power Ranger specific stuff, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what kind of scenarios and stuff like that you want us to play. Anything from scenario book 1, anything from scenario book 2, any specific expansion stuff that you want to see. As you see behind me, I have all of it. As a married father of 2, I hardly get time to play the game outside of just the main game. So any excuse to play through expansion content or anything like that on the channel with our usual players would be greatly awesome in my case. Any excuse to do that. So anyway, like I said, thank you guys for watching this video. We will see you in the next one. Have a good day.